Oh, I just turned it off. There we go.
There, all right.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, who's excited to basically learn how to make an easy Facebook lead ad? The reason why, because from what I've tested, thousands and thousands of dollars of ad spend per month. I've tried landing pages. I've tried many chat bots. I've tried lead forms. And the common theme between all the ads is the highest quality lead is actually, and the cheapest cost lead is actually using a Facebook lead form, from what I've seen. And it's even doing really, really well as far as like retargeting. Now I can go into the tech of why that's matters a lot, because we're not taking them to a third-party site with the whole privacy policy going on, with what kind of data you're collecting when someone actually goes on a landing page. If we keep everything on Facebook, the actual first, I think it's called the first party tools, we're able to use that because we're not really collecting any data information off of Facebook. They already have all the information on there. So that's why using Facebook lead forms is kind of the way to go right now, based on the data that I see. And every decision I make is based on data and based on what's actually producing leads for the lowest cost possible. So that way everyone's saving money, but you're also filling up your pipeline. TikTok's kind of the same way. The reason why TikTok is actually doing a lot better on Facebook, or is doing a lot better on ads, is because they built TikTok on utilizing their software. The algorithm is made to track people on their software. It's not made to track people off of TikTok. Facebook kind of started off with the backwards mentality of, okay, we're going to get really good at tracking what people do outside of Facebook. And then that whole lawsuit went in, the Apple privacy. Now they're kind of playing catch up, trying to track what's on their site. So Facebook lead forms is the best way so far to generate more leads. So let me share my screen. Actually, I still see the thing up. Give me 1 second. Perfect. So as I go through this, if you have any questions, if I feel like I'm going too fast, or you want to kind of go a little deeper in one area that I'm talking about, feel free to just chime in. I want you guys to ask questions, get involved, use me as kind of like the open resource to figuring this out, if you have any questions. But I don't want you guys to leave here and after you close this Zoom chat, and then you just go on with your lives and do the old outdated ways of prospecting of having to spend 10 hours a week just tagging your clients, trying to figure out where your next lead's going to come from. Small budgets can actually yield pretty big results, because your consistently is the number one thing that we're looking for when we run Facebook ads. And also with Facebook ads, you're getting data really, really quickly. So feel free to chime in with any questions that you have. Travis, if I keep going and I miss that there's a question, just let me know, because sometimes I get in the mode.
Yeah.
Perfect. So when it comes to Facebook ads, you need to have two things. Well, you need to have a Facebook account, and then you also have to have a business page. Business page is pretty easy to set up. As a matter of fact, I set up a business page for myself, and I've created multiple business pages, not just one. I've created my own business page. I've created my own personal business page. I've have other business pages that no one even knows about, and you can create an unlimited amount. And so the really number one thing that you're going to do is create a business page. Once you do have that business page, then you need to create an ad account. And it's pretty easy to do. You just go to, well, how do we even get to this page, right? So what you're actually going to do is you're going to go to business.facebook.com. And it's going to take you here to, well, let's see where it takes me here. It might, so it'll take you to your Meta Business Suite. This is kind of just your overall business hub on Meta. If you actually want to go to your ads manager, where we're going to click on all tools and then go to your ads manager. And then that will take you to here. So this is how you get here. And then once you have your ads manager in here, chances are you probably can't run an ad yet. It's going to say, no ad account found, or, whatever it says. You just have to kind of go through the motions and see where you need to hook it up at. But you're going to want to go to your business settings and then click on your page that you're running your ads from. So you have your pages. So your accounts are going to be your pages. Your ad accounts is going to be the account that, why is it lagging? Let me go to my ads manager. So your account is going to be the account that you click on to, well, I don't want to go here. Wrong one. You need to pick the right ad account. So what you want to do is create your business page, then create the ad account. Tie up your credit card there. Boom, that's how Facebook bills you. And the way Facebook does it is you do a per day ad spend. So if you want to start off with $5 a day, $10 a day, it's completely up to you. I suggest doing $10 a day. It's going to keep you consistent. $5 isn't really enough to get a lead in unless you want to do $5 a day. That's about 150 a month, right? 5 times 30, yeah, 150. If you do $10 a day, then it just doubles to $300 a month, which is not a bad budget to start off. But I'm going to show you kind of the easy way to generate buyer leads. So if you're looking to generate more buyer leads out there, because I'll be honest, seller leads are pretty expensive to generate overall. You're looking at either like $40 a lead all the way upwards to like $90 a lead. It depends on location, region, area, you name it. And then plus you got to get the right creatives. Just a bigger beast to tackle. What we're going to actually work on is acquiring buyer leads, because we never know. On average, around 20% of buyer leads, someone needs to sell a home. So, and I'm also going to share with you the best tactic to try to acquire buyer leads using Facebook lead forms, because when we acquire a buyer lead, we're not necessarily saying like, hey, come buy a home with me right now. No one on Facebook is actually looking to buy a home on Facebook. They're usually in the early stages of being interested in buying a home, or maybe they've been, browsing on Zillow, they've been browsing on different, home buying sites. And then all of a sudden they meet your ad and you're actually going to provide value to them that they're interested in actually taking a step further. So they'll click on that link and they'll go through the process. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to provide as much value as possible using the resources that we already have. Now, if you have a website, preferably you have an IDX website. If you don't have an IDX website, the best thing you could do is actually just use Rise Realty's website and tie it to yourself. So we're actually going to go into Rise Realty and we're going to set up an ad today for, let's just do Anaheim. So we go to Rise Realty, click on communities. Travis has been amazing at actually compiling this page. This page wasn't populated on Sierra. Travis actually had to go in here and set it all up with all the right links, the communities and everything. So definitely this isn't something that just happened overnight. It definitely took some work. So why not utilize it? So I'm going to look up Anaheim. So this is the page that I want to send people to provide that value. So when someone will click on my ad, opt in to receive information, there's a thank you page at the end of the lead form, which we'll get into more. I'm just kind of lining my ducks up in a row right now. So we're going to create this Anaheim page. So if you're in Temecula, for example, you're going to create the Temecula one. So communities, and then find your city. So we're going to go right here, and right here, let's see, does it show? Oh, my Zoom thing's in the way. So today's listings, residential, I think this is overall. Travis, do you know if this is like overall California or Southern California? Because these numbers look pretty high for just Anaheim. Oh, you're muted.
I was on mute. I clicked it, but not hard enough, I guess. Yeah, this isn't Anaheim listings. This is all the listings in NMLS, which is
okay,
where this community's feed is coming from NMLS.
Got it. Oh, here we go. This is where we're looking for. So we have 229 listed, 34 average days. So it gives you a quick little recap. Now, when we create the ad, we're going to send them here at the thank you page. So that way they have homes to look at. Now, what's awesome about Sierra is I think they get like 2 or 3 home searches, and then anything after that, if you look through too much, then it'll prop up. Please log in to view more properties. You definitely want to have something like that to capture a lead, to see if to track them on the website. So if you don't
we
have
let
a
them see a few
Sierra
for free, and
exactly.
then they got to register. So
exactly.
that's how it goes.
So if you don't have access to Sierra, I suggest talking to Travis. He'll get you set up for a pretty low cost. Honestly, it's like when you look at the IDX functionality of the software, IDX is on average cost like $70, $80 a month if you had your own website. That's on top of hosting fees. So you're looking at anywhere between 100 to 115 a month just to have your own website with your own IDX on WordPress. This is like what is it, Travis? Like 75 a month, or I don't even know.
Yeah, so if you want to get added into our lead pool and stuff as well, then it's $100. But if you want to just use the site, we charge 50, and that includes the CRM and everything, which is actually a smoking deal with how this is all set up.
It definitely is, because like you look at automations that's already included, you look at the website, the IDX itself is valuable, like $50. Like you can't even find an IDX company that'll charge you less than 70. Excuse me. So this is where we're going to take them. It's going to show you 229 listed. Boom. So I'm going to copy that right now. We'll come back to this page, but we are going to set up the ad. So when we actually set up the ad, I haven't told you of what kind of ad we're setting up, but there's different campaigns. So we have awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, ad promotion. Now everyone might have a different view of this. Facebook's always updating things. So this actually is an updated version. Let me see if I can get the old version. There we go. So a lot of people will see this version. So there's two different versions. There's the one that I just showed you, and then there's this one. So we're going to click on lead gen because that's exactly what we're trying to do. If you're just starting out, for example, say you're a new real estate agent, you just want to get your name out there. You want to go ahead and just start building your own audiences, people that engage with your content. You're just going to either select brand awareness or engagement, and you're going to want to create content, or you can even create video views. You're going to want to create a video introducing yourself, what it is you do. Maybe you have it just listed, tell your story there, but you want to have some type of content, do a video, click on video views, and you can make an audience of people that watch. That's a whole nother story, but we're going to focus on lead gen. So we're going to click on continue. So once again, we have this screen up, so we're just going to continue. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to name it. I'm just going to put buyer search, something for you to just know. And we can even put, I like to put the date as well, because I want to know, like, okay, well, this ad's been running, say I check on August 7th. Well, it's been running for what, 6 days, 7 days. I want to know how many days it's ran and how many leads I've collected, and kind of look at the metrics that way. But we're just going to do August 1st because we want to always have like a start date. We want to know when we started it. And then the next step is always select housing. It's very important. You don't want to get your ads banned, your ad account banned by not selecting housing. It's a easy mistake to overlook. Don't overlook it. And then campaign budget optimization. You can actually turn this on if you want to test different creatives. And then, like I said, you usually want to start off with $10. You can do $5. You're just not going to get a lead every other day. You might get a lead every 3 days, 4 days. If you want to get somewhat a lead every day or 2 days, at least do $10. And then there's really nothing else you need to click here. The next step is your audience. So I usually just put the city. And then we want to have the conversion location as instant form. So that's going to be the form that I'm going to show you how we set up. If you wanted to do leads on a website, like I said, a lot more tech you have to set up, a lot more headache, a lot more figuring out. Just keep it simple. Keep things simple is what I say. So we're going to do there, and then we're just going to select a page. We're just going to do my page just for the heck of it. All right, dynamic creative, you don't need to have that on unless you want to basically just put a bunch of images, but we'll leave that off. Dynamic creative means that you can put like 10 different images, and then Facebook will decide what image to show at what time, and they might even enhance the graphic a little bit. Not necessary. We're going to keep it simple. Here's our audience area. What we're going to do for audience is we're going to select our location. Now, what I find is the best thing to do is to serve your community, and we're going to do Anaheim. Sometimes it takes a second. Perfect. So it still does a 15-mile radius, but my goal is Anaheim. Now we might get people. So Let me actually scroll down a little bit. So when it comes down to targeting people, where is it at? So I want people living in or recently in this location. So it's going to show this ad to people that are either interested in Anaheim or, say they're in Inglewood and they are looking at homes in Anaheim, going back to Inglewood. It'll definitely show that ad to people in Inglewood because that's who we want to show it to. So buyers, you normally want to keep this on. If you were doing a seller campaign, you would put people living in this location. So just so you kind of know the difference. Demographics, we could get all technical and do all the trust interest targeting. We can narrow it down. But honestly, with all the ads that I've run, Facebook has a smart AI that will actually figure out who the heck to show the ad to. So right now we have about an audience of about 3 million. That's a good number to start with. You don't want to go below 1 million because that's just technically not a scalable ad. If we go down to like 500,000, 800,000, it can collect leads, but as far as scalability goes, it's very hard to scale. The leads are going to be more expensive per lead. You're just not going to get what you want as far as like trying to scale this thing out. It might run successful for about 1 or 2 months. Then over time, like you just start getting that ad fatigue. So anywhere between like 1 and 3 million is a good target to reach. If you go up to 9 million, 10 million, then you maybe want to get some interest in there and dial it down just a little bit. So languages, here's where you would, if you want Spanish, you would add Spanish in there or any additional languages. I'm not fluent in different languages. I only know English. The next thing is, now this is going to trick you. It says recommended automatic placements. Honestly, I've tried both manual and automatic. And with all the testing I've done, the best is manual. And all you want to do is select these 3: Facebook, Instagram, Marketplace. Everything else you can check mark off because it's irrelevant. You're just going to waste your ad budget on all the other advertising areas that they'll show it in. So now that's all we need to do here. We're just going to click next. So now it comes down to the good stuff. So I usually just make it simple and put image 1 for the first test. I'm going to select my Instagram account. So now we get down to creating the ad. So single image or video, we're going to add an image. I already made one to test. Now, this is just a basic image. The secret sauce of how to run a successful ad is actually when you actually work with me. But I'm going to give you the best head start. So what we're actually offering on this ad is actually search queries. Queries. I can never pronounce that name right. So ideally, this is where you can kind of get more creative, but you want to have multiple homes. And you also want to have something that says exactly like, why are you showing multiple homes? So you want to say homes for sale in your location. So I'm just going to come up with a name real quick. Homes for sale in. Why do I feel like I'm spelling Anaheim wrong? Homes for sale in Anaheim, California. Get a list of homes from just trying to think of homes for sale in Anaheim, California. Get a list of homes from Anaheim that are, or actually let's get updated, get an updated. And I'll explain why the wording is kind of how it is. Get an updated list of homes in Anaheim every, and actually I just do that. This list is updated every 5 minutes. And of course, I'm just going to leave this like this. You don't have, I don't want you to copy this. This is just very off the cuff. You can definitely add your own, real estate expertise to how you want to word this. Why did it copy? Okay. And then you put your name and your DRE number at the bottom. Oh. What? This thing has a mind of its own.
Like auto popping. Yeah.
Yeah. Sign up or click here to view all. So we're just creating, like, we want to basically create this text in about 3 different sentences that tells them, like, hey, we have an exclusive list of homes for you to view. However you want to word that, but we're trying to get people into the system as a lead, and we're providing a search. Now, yeah, they can search on Zillow, they can search on all these different sites, but you're actually, because we're setting up this ad, the intention is we're going to do some of the clicks for you, because we know how we want to, everyone wants convenience. They want it now. They don't want to sit there and look at a website and feel like, oh, okay. Like, for example, if I go to Zillow, I have to type in Zillow. And then from there, I have to type in what cities I want, what communities. Maybe you have a community in Anaheim that's more specific, that you compiled a list of homes in that area that's updated using that. But we're going to keep it simple and look for cities because you get a bigger number on there. You could even say over 50 homes for sale in Anaheim, California. Get your list today. But you want to word it like that, so that way we get buyers into the system searching for homes, which then can give you their information. And I'll show you how to qualify them in a second. So headlines, we're going to do homes for sale in Anaheim. And of course, definitely want to put a nice little house emoji in there. Description, you can put something like find your dream home. Keep it simple. We're going to click sign up to learn more. And then, so this is where we create the form. Now, there's nothing crazy about creating a form. You know what? Actually, one last thing I forgot to mention is your house image. So you can have images of multiple houses, and then you want to have some type of headline on here. So, receive your updated list of homes, or receive your list of homes today, receive an updated list of homes, check out homes in Anaheim for sale. Heck, you could even do price reduced homes, in Anaheim. And if you have any questions on how to do that, I'm pretty sure either Travis or myself will actually take the time to show you how to do it. It's not too hard to look up price reduced homes. But you could see where we're trying to give value of someone trying to look for a home. We want to give them information on how to find a home. So the next thing
I can touch on that a little bit at the end here with how to set that up in Sierra, and why this ties into our previous webinar of, designing your ideal client and marketing to them and how you can do it.
So we're going to name this form. We're just going to put buyer. So we want more volume. Introduction. We're just going to use the image from the ad. So whatever image you put in your ad is going to populate here, or we can upload our own, but image from your ad, you want to keep it congruent. And then for the headline, I forgot what headline I always do. Homes for sale. Whatever the headline is, you want to tie it into what the actual ad copy says. So homes for sale in Anaheim. And then right here, there is upsizing or downsizing. Here, you can put whatever you want here. Your home search starts here. Something simple. Questions. So here's where it gets nice and fun, is your questions. So a lot of people will probably tell you, like, oh, just leave it blank, try to get as many leads in here to click on here. You don't need to qualify them, just get the name and number and email. Yes and no. Like, you actually want to get people that aren't wasting your time, right? So if you can pre-qualify them, why not? I've tested this. We've actually seen lead costs go down, but also with more intent, or we at least know what kind of people are opting in. So it'll tell us like, okay, this is going to be a good one. I need to call them right away, or, I'm just going to nurture them. And over time, maybe in the next, I'm going to call them right away, find out why they're not happy with their agent, and then maybe check in 3 months, see if they found a home yet, and do another kind of follow up. But here's some of the questions that I like to ask is, the first question is, are you just looking, or actually just browsing, or looking to buy? And then I'll just put just browsing, looking to buy. So this will tell you their intent, if they're just passerbyers or they're actually serious, hey, I need to find a home. And the next question kind of lines up with looking to buy. So the next question is, how soon are you looking to buy? And then here you can put, you can put 1 to 3 months, you can put now, 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, and 6 months. So here you got 6 months plus. So, and then the last question is, are you currently working with a realtor? And of course, anytime I put realtor, I always put that. I don't want to get sued. All right, so those are 3 questions I do. I always feel like those 3 questions are good enough. Any more, they don't want to fill it out, or it's just each question you add adds another layer of qualifying. So these are pretty straightforward questions. And then the next one is, now they actually put in their email information and all that other good stuff. So what we're going to do on the description is put, we will use this information to contact to, we will use this information to set up your search criteria. You can put, we'll use this information to call you, reach out to you. We'll use this information to, whatever it is, you just want to put like how we'll use this information. Sorry if you hear my kid in the background crying. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Okay, go with mommy. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the first name. Can't scroll down enough. I gotta move the Zoom chat. Hit the wrong button. This is work from home life right here. All right. So email, I'm sorry, first name, last name, email, phone number. Now, the reason why it's important when you do this is most of the times on mobile, when someone fills out this information, Facebook actually auto-fills this for you. And a lot of times you'll just see this, first name, last name, email, and they don't really see phone number on there. So a lot of times they'll auto-populate it, they'll click next, and they don't even realize that their actual phone number was in there. Now, I have seen a lot of bad phone numbers on here, even though it should be good based on what Facebook says. So your best bet is that their email is going to be correct, because that's technically what Facebook account they signed up with their email. So always try that out. Like I said, always call it. And what I've actually find is when my clients call the phone number, they don't just call once. If it rings, great. They don't get a hold of a client, they actually call 3 times. They call twice on their cell, and then if they use my CRM, they'll call once on their Twilio number, and they'll usually get someone to answer, but it's basically your lead. So you want to make sure you call them as many times as possible until you get someone on the line. But 3 is a good number. So the next one is a privacy policy. So here, like, once again, you just have Rise Realty's website. So it's pretty easy. You just do the privacy policy here, copy paste, and then you have the link there, and then you just type in privacy policy. And then custom disclaimer, you don't need message for leads. So this is where we're actually going to say, thank you for signing up. Not singing, signing up. And then we have created your search or your home search is ready to be viewed. Now I'm sure you can get creative on what you want to say in this way. I'm just doing it super fast. So now we're going to go to Rise Realty. We're going to go to that community page we had with Anaheim. And then we are going to paste it right here. And then the call to action basically is going to change the verbiage on the bottom of that blue button. Click here to view. So now we're asking them to click here. So even though you're going to get the lead at this point, you're going to get them in your inbox. Now you're getting them to a website where they're going to be able to browse, because this is the value that we're giving them. So once they give you their information, now we're giving them the information. So then we click on publish. And now when that person goes to the website, they have about a couple free home searches before they have to actually log into the website and utilize it. So now you have a lead in your pipeline. You give them access to browse the website, and then all you do is follow up and find out more or less what their search criteria is going to be. And then you set them up on any type of search, home search, or then you follow up. And if they don't do anything and reach out to you, at least you're going to nurture them long term. So that way, that when they're ready to buy, they're ready. So we're providing home searches for this. Now, the next thing you want to do is, so now we have the buyer leads Anaheim. We have, you can, if you don't have a pixel, don't worry about it. I'm just going to leave that checked, and then you would hit publish, and then we have an ad. So basically what the ad would look like to the end user would be, so you click on the ad and it says homes for sale in Anaheim, upsizing. So they go through this, just browsing or looking to buy. How soon? 6 months. Are you currently? No, I'm not. And then the next one shows, okay, boom. And then the privacy policy when they actually submit. So before they actually hit submit, they see this, and it's just standard, transparency. Click submit, they get this. Thank you for signing up. Our home search. I should have put your home search. It's ready to be. Click here to view home. So if you mess up, you can't really go back and edit it. You just have to duplicate it and restart. So if you hit duplicate, you just find it, and then this form's kind of dead. You would use the next form that you duplicated. Kind of sucks. I wish there was an easier way to edit, but that's kind of how you edit. Click on publish.
That's probably the most frustrating part of this for me. So
yeah. Trust me, like when I first set up a new form for the first time, chances are I make one mistake that I didn't realize I made, and then I'm just like, oh, I need to go back. So I need to do a copy, and then I fix it, and then I have to rename the copy, and it just gets frustrating. So that's really how it works. And then what's nice is with Travis, if you use Sierra, the integration to Facebook is already in there. So we just go in there, click a couple buttons, tie in your page with Sierra, and anytime this form gets filled out, it gets sent to you as a lead in Sierra. And honestly, $50 is such a steal for Sierra. That's crazy, because with $50, you have Sierra use of a website. You can technically integrate it into Sierra. And when they fill out that form, it goes to you as a lead. And if you try to do this without Sierra, you would have to rely on Facebook to send you an email saying that you have a new lead in, which is, Travis can testify, like when we first started working together, we were getting emails.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, we stopped getting emails. And now I'm getting emails again, luckily, but it's too wishy-washy for me. Like, it's not consistent.
Yeah.
So if you do get a lead, then what you do, let me go back. If you do end up getting a lead, then the way to view your leads on Facebook is if you go to your business page. Let me find it. So if you do get a lead on your Facebook page, there's going to be a thing on your business page that's called Lead Center. So you click on Lead Center, and then right here will show you all the lead. I didn't mean to go back. That's what I hate about the mouse trackpad. So you could see that we're running ads on this page. And for example, so this is a buyer ad located in Whittier, and they are a lead. And so this person is just browsing, 6+ months. Are you currently working with a realtor? So that would probably be a lead that I would nurture long-term, not necessarily try to get a hold of and close them. Let's see this one. This one. So when are you looking to buy? Now, no realtor, and they're looking to buy. So this is a pretty hot lead that I would want to reach out right away. Use the 3-call method. So you could see how people are filling out a Facebook form. So this one right here, looking to buy 1 to 3 months, they're working for a realtor. So I would probably dive in and see if they're happy with the realtor, and I'd follow up in like 6 months or 3 months, depending. So it just depends. So we have all these leads coming in. I think this is another, yeah, working with a realtor. So at least you know right off the bat, you have some information to qualify your leads. Looking to buy 6 months, currently working. So this person is probably just waiting for this market to stabilize, seeing what interest rates are on. You know, maybe I'd call them today and be like, hey, you know, FHA just dropped down to the low 4s. Well, actually, you couldn't say that as a realtor, but you know, you can have them talk to their lender and see if they can get pre-approved. So definitely, there's a lot of information, and all these leads came in at around $2 to $3 a lead. So that kind of puts it in perspective on how these leads are coming through. So once you get published, usually takes like anywhere between like 1 hour to, you know, you can see up to 10 hours for it to get approved. And once it gets approved, it's just a matter. I've seen the leads come in within the first 20 minutes to the first hour. Because buyer leads are just out there. As long as you provide value, the best way to provide value. Now, I've tried a bunch of different things. I've tried, you know, I've seen agents post their profile saying like, hey, you know, I just sold a home, or not, I'm a top producer. Get your home sold fast. Those leads don't usually get anywhere because it's all about the agent. It's all about, you know, how good they are. Honestly, buyers want information. They want to know how this market is for them and what's available to them. So they'll go on there and they'll check the Sierra home search and see a home that they like. Maybe that's when they'll sign in, and then you find out basically where they're at in the home buying process. So I know Travis wanted to add a little something to this. So
Yep, I know it's getting a little late, but I'm going to spend just a couple minutes real quick on tying this in with the previous webinar about creating your ideal client. So let's say you wanted to target 55 plus in Anaheim or something like that. You can really, this is within Sierra, this is a back end thing. You can create a saved search, which is going to create an IDX page with only those listings that you put the parameters for. So let's say it is, I don't know, what did you say, Santa Ana like this? Santa Ana 55 plus. We want to show on the page only active listings. We want to do residential. I mean, if you wanted to throw the mobiles in there too, you could. You can select what you want. The types of properties that you want displayed there. Now, let's say you want to target investors and your ad that you just created, like Leo showed you, and the form was looking for multiplex properties. I mean, you can check just multifamily and then click the quad, the triplex, and the duplex, and it's only going to show multiplex properties. So what you're doing is you're creating an ad specific for that target audience. They go through the Facebook form. At the end, they're going to click this link. It's going to take them right to multiplex properties, and that's it. And that's what they want to see, right? Because that's what they're clicking. So, but in this one, we're doing this. So you can pick just a city. You can do it by zip code in here. You know, that this is you know, more of a broad ad. So we're just going to choose the city on this one, Santa Ana. You can put in the price range and stuff. I'm not going to on this. You can see that this isn't a thing right now, but you can start running REO ads, new construction properties. If you want to target that, it'll land on this IDX page with only new construction, short sales. I mean, you can really narrow this down a lot. And somewhere in here, oh, here we go, senior community. So we're going to say yes. So now we're only going to show the 55 and olders on this page. We'll click save. We have a lot of saved searches in here, but I'll show you what it looks like. So now we've got this search page. We're going to view it. I don't even know if any homes are going to show up, but yeah, what do you know? So now you're landing them on this page. Take note that it does show the name that you put in there. So put something a little attractive. You might want to say Santa Ana 55 plus homes for sale or something like that when you design your search. But so you can see what you're doing here. You're giving the consumer exactly what they're looking for, and that's the information they want. And then once you're getting the lead in, then you can do the follow-ups accordingly, and you can set up an automated search so that they're getting these exact listings every time a new one lists. Boom, it shoots it off to them. So I just wanted to tie that in a little bit. So if you're not using any sort of IDX or something, this is a good tie-in with any sort of Facebook ad, because it's almost like an autoresponder. They click the ad and they get the information instantly. They're not waiting for you to get back to them or anything like that. They're in your system and they got the information they wanted. And now it's time to reach out and do the follow-ups. So that's how you can set up your saved search pages. This is the URL where Leo copied and pasted the Anaheim one. This is what you would copy and paste. This will work over and over and over again. You can use it in your other marketing material too if you want. I'd clean up the URL with like a bit.ly or something, but so that's how that works. Pretty simple stuff. It works. I mean, this has been around for a long, long time. It's just creating a pretty simple funnel, and the idea is to get your consumers off of the third-party search sites out there and onto your site, which would be this one, because you don't want other realtors being placed in front of them, right? That's how you lose them. If they're continuing to go to the third-party search portals out there looking for the homes, then you could really lose them pretty easy. They're going to click schedule a showing. Some other realtor is going to show up. If they click this site has a ton of information. I'd say it's highly competitive with the other search portals out there. If you have a Sierra account, it's going to say your name right here and have your information. It's not going to say just Rise Realty. So if they're actually registered as a lead with you, it's going to have your name over here every time. Has maps, schools, all that fun stuff that they're looking for. And then they can schedule the tour right then. So that contact obviously comes straight over to you. So any questions, you want to set up anything, let me know. But I think this is a great way to do some simple lead gen. If you're not doing anything, it's very, very cost effective. It gets contacts coming in every time. So
and then a lot of consumers are looking for tech savvy realtors. They want to know that you can handle the tech. How are you going to promote my listing? Well, if you're showing them that you know how to run a Facebook campaign, because that's how you receive their information, and you're able to explain that client or that prospect came in and had a good experience through the funnel. There was nothing that was causing friction in that whole process.
It's not evasive. It's very easy.
You can explain that to your clients that we help reduce the friction in our transactions, and that's going to go a long way based on their experience with getting in. Like I hear it all the time with Travis and his agents. The reason why he's able to pick up agents so quickly is because number one, it's a Facebook ad. It goes into the form. It goes straight into the information that they need. And then the experience all in all is very seamless. And so that's what agents want. Everyone wants, as a consumer, a good experience. They don't want to have frustration. They don't want to have what's next, you know, the guessing game. Like, you just want to know when you sign up, you get the information. Because I think today's consumers are just more tech savvy as well. And so they know what they're looking for.
And they want instant gratification. And by doing it this way,
Yeah.
they get instant gratification. At the end, click the link, boom, there's the information they wanted. So instant gratification. So, all right, guys. Well, I've started this one ran a little long. Hopefully you got some good value out of it. We're going to record it. It is in our group as well, because we do live stream. So you can always go back and rewatch as well. So call me or Leo if you have any marketing questions, or if you want to get started with Sierra or anything, if you're not. And hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you.
Take care, you guys. Thank you.